Covering news where you live. This is 5 News.
Well, hey, thank you for joining us here for the latest news and weather. I'm Joe Ellison.
And I'm Tiffany Lee. Let's get you caught up on what's going on in our area. Happening today, the trial for a man accused of a triple murder in Madison County is set to start back up. Hunter Chenoweth is accused of killing 3 family members back in 2021.
Lynn and Cheyenne Chenoweth, along with James McGee, were found dead in a home near Wesley. Chenoweth is charged with 3 counts of capital murder and faces life in prison without parole or the death penalty if convicted. Of course, here at 5 News, we'll bring you those updates from the courtroom as soon as we have them. And Oklahoma State lawmakers will meet at the Capitol today for their legislative session. More than 3,000 bills have already been filed for consideration this year.
Governor Kevin Stitt is also scheduled to give his State of the State address. He's previously suggested a 0.5% income tax cut for individuals and businesses.
Meanwhile, in Arkansas, we're hearing from our area's legislators about bills they're working on.
5 News reporter Jose Carranza spoke to a senator and House representative.
Education remains a focus of this state legislative session. Senate President Pro Tempore Bart Hester of Cave Springs is working on the Bell-to-Bell No Cell Act, letting students have their phones for emergencies, but otherwise having them put away from first bell to last bell.
We've been testing it for a year in Arkansas, and we're seeing that the stricter the rules are on the phones, the happier kids are, and the better their test scores are.
As an educator, Representative Dr. Diana Gonzalez-Worthen of Springdale agrees, saying it would benefit students' attention and mental health. Both legislators also support a bill that would provide free breakfast to all public school students in Arkansas, with funding from Arkansas's medical marijuana tax revenue.
Look, we've got to take care of our kids. If they're hungry, they're not being educated well.
I think that's wonderful. I would like to see now moving forwards for lunch as well.
At the national level, Hester hopes President Donald Trump eliminates the Department of Education for state to control schools.
We are hoping Donald Trump will eliminate the federal Department of Education and giving all those funds to the state in what we call a block grant and letting us educate the kids of Arkansas.
Meanwhile, Gonzalez-Worthen says she's concerned about how federal policies affect her constituents as fear has struck her Hispanic majority district. She's working with her colleagues to see what can be done at the state level to provide support.
There are some things that can be done, and that is knowing your rights and knowing that your children are going to be safe at school.
Covering news where you live, Jose Carranza, 5 News.
All right, coming off that weekend, which was pretty good in our area, we're hoping for a repeat.
Yeah, now Stephen, Puxatawny Phil said more winter's coming, but here it's feeling like he messed up and spring's actually on the way.
For the start of the week, right? Yeah, today feels like spring. We're going to be seeing those daytime highs climbing up into the mid to upper 70s. Plenty of sunshine to start off the work week. Now, by the time we get to tomorrow, especially towards the end of the week, maybe winter trying to come on back in, at least with some cooler air, but overall should feel pretty comfortable outside. The one issue for today is going to be the strong winds out there. Wind gusts right around 30 miles per hour, going to be a bit of a nuisance throughout the day, but as we get to the evening hours, those winds start to die off just a bit before the big changes come back into the forecast. We take a look at that tricky forecast that's coming for us over the next couple of days. Rain chance is going to pick up with that next cold front that comes up for tomorrow between Tuesday evening and going into Wednesday morning, but also our temperature range for tomorrow is going to be a bit tricky as well. You see across extreme northwest Arkansas, we could see afternoon highs because of that cooler air only around the mid to upper 50s, but as you work your way south, that's where that warmer air is still going to be apparent. You work your way south of I-40, we could still see those upper 60s for tomorrow afternoon. Northwest Arkansas over the next 7 days, it's beautiful out there for today. Changes are coming for tomorrow. Those rain chances increasing going into Wednesday, and then the rest of the week's forecast, we slowly start to return back to average for this time of year. That next rain chance after the one Tuesday into Wednesday comes by the time we get to the end of the weekend.
All right, thanks for that, Stephen. Well, in 2024, sales of existing homes here in the U.S. fell to the lowest level seen in almost 30 years.
Some home prices, higher mortgage rates could be a big reason why.
Andrew Drake with a local realty company here in Northwest Arkansas says another reason could be election years typically have lower home sales because of the uncertainty in the direction that the market will go.
Andrew tells us while nationally home sales were at a major low, in Northwest Arkansas, while there has been a little dip overall, they stayed steady because of the constant growth in the area.
We're actually up year over year by about 2,000 units in 2024. But yes, we've been tracking the numbers, for the last little bit. About 6 years ago, we had about 26 people moving here to Northwest Arkansas every day. That number has increased now. We're up to about 40 or more people moving here every single day to Northwest Arkansas. And by the end of 25, our projections have that number possibly getting up to 50 people moving here every single day.
Andrew tells us that their sales in January alone for 2025 have home sales to be on track for a record-breaking year in Northwest Arkansas. You can find the full interview talking market predictions and home prices here at home on 5 Plus. To do that, you can download 5 Plus. Just text 479-785-5000 and we'll tell you how to do that.
All right, well, thank you for joining us here for the latest news and weather. Catch up with us again tomorrow for more.
Have a great day.